Here it is on a beautiful Sunday. This is the big topic we'll be talking about on our broadcast today. LB Starbucks gets okay to sell wine and beer. This, folks, is an outrage, a disgrace. There is no way our children should be able to study at Starbucks, do their homework at Starbucks, and be exposed to wine and beer at Starbucks on National. Judy Vining will join us to talk about the outrage in Long Beach. Starbucks selling wine and beer. We'll talk more about it on the show tonight.
It's Broadcasting on the Beach with Halftime Howie. Tonight we have Long Beach Aware Executive Director Judy Vining, actor/singer Jared Green, and Jane Kivnick, as well as the Ciccarello family, plus all of our regulars. I'm Dane Pasquale. Now here's your host, the Long Beach Youth's crusader for all that is just and upright, Halftime Howie!
Woohoo! Thank you so much, Dane. It's our honor again to broadcast from Pancho's Cantina, and we have a lot of great segments, as Dane mentioned, but we're going to start off with the Ciccarello family. As on January 12th, something terrible happened. Their house burnt down, and they lost everything, and now they're living in a Long Beach hotel. And we're planning, we can't announce it yet because it's not official, but we're going to make it happen. We're planning a big fundraiser for the family. And Bernadette, what's life been like since January 12th?
Rough. We've been living in the hotel, which has been great, but it's been really rough. We lost pretty much everything. We salvaged some stuff, but it's been really hard. We need an apartment. We need somewhere to call home, and it's really hard out there to find something. And I'm hoping if anybody's listening, please, we're looking for a 3-bedroom that's pet friendly to help us out.
Absolutely. Now, I know you asked me to, I contacted the police commissioner, and one of your goals is to meet the policeman who helped kick open the door and basically saved your life. I tried, unfortunately, he's at a family meeting, but I'm sure down the road you'll meet him.
Oh, okay, all right. I was very looking forward to meeting him tonight, but
Were you really looking forward to meeting him?
Yeah.
Were you really looking forward to meeting him?
Yeah, I really was.
Well, I think we should bring him on, and here he is. It doesn't get more emotional than this, folks.
It's good to see you guys and doing well.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Of course.
Folks, this is what it's all about. This is what doing a community show is all about. Josh, you saved their life, basically. Talk about what happened that night on January 12th.
Well, as usual, just on routine patrol driving around, radio went off for a possible house fire. I knew the house because I went to school with the Ciccarellos. I looked over my shoulder and I saw smoke about 100 feet over rooftops. We headed over there. You just act. You just try and get into the apartments, see if there's anyone in there. You don't know if anyone's sleeping, if it's an empty apartment. So we got the door open, got the family out, went to the other apartments, got the rest of them out, and let the fire department take over.
Melissa?
Andrew,
come on up. Talk about how emotional you are meeting Police Officer Trotter here right now.
I'm a little emotional. Everything's just overwhelming since that day, but I just want to thank you so much, because if it wasn't for you, who knows? But thank you.
Very well. My pleasure.
It was my promise to you that I would make this
Yes, it
happen.
was.
Bernadette, how special is it being with a Police Officer Trotter here tonight?
It's very special because that night when he kicked that door open, I didn't even look at him. I didn't even, I've been saying I've been wanting to find him, and All I remember him saying was Long Beach police, get out of the house, and that was it. And I just ran out, and I never got to thank him, but thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, from my whole family. You saved our lives, and then I can never thank you enough. You deserve an award.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you guys.
Thank you.
It really is.
Thank you.
From the bottom of your heart, what's it like meeting Officer Trotter here tonight?
It's very overwhelming. That night, there was a lot of police officers and firemen, so it was kind of hard to take it all in. But thank you. Really, you really did save our lives because the smoke detectors did not go off until that door was kicked open and the smoke came into the house more. So thank you. I don't know where we would be today without you.
Officer Trotter, from the bottom of your heart, what's it like for you, the raw emotions, meeting the Ciccarello family here tonight?
You know, in the job that we deal with a lot of intense and emotional things, and we kind of separate ourselves from it. Like walking up to a house that's on fire, you don't really think, you just act. But, you know, afterwards, the kind of Monday morning quarterbacking, seeing everything in hindsight, it's very emotional, especially seeing what they are now dealing with. Displaced, everything that they owned, probably growing up their entire lives there, is now gone. So it's very emotional.
And I bet that there's going to be a bond between Officer Trotter and your family for the rest of your lives.
Absolutely.
There's going to be a bond, and I'm so happy as our show that we could make this happen for you guys tonight.
Thank you.
Well, there was another man that was on the scene. I want to bring him on too. Sam Pinto was there that night.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Sam, talk about what happened with you that night.
What happened that night, as usual, we were at work and we heard the alarm go off, and we got there very quickly and we saw 2 houses on fire, and we got into action as soon as we could, and luckily no one got hurt, and that's our number one concern, is people being hurt or injured. And I know there's a lot of inside injuries and trauma from the event in your head, but luckily you don't have anything physical right now, and by the good work of Officer Trotter and the expeditious work of the fire department, I think, you know, having no injuries is a good day for us in our book.
yes.
We're very happy for that.
And Sam, I know you had some tough issues that night. It must have been one of the most intense fires you've ever dealt with.
It was you know, it was a lot of fire, and there was 2 houses on fire, and when you show up to a building and a house in the middle of the night and you see that amount of fire from the outside, you really think for the worst on the inside. But luckily, it was started outside, and we contained most of it to the outside in the attic. And while there was a lot of water damage and smoke damage to your property on the living area, not much fire even got there at all. And hopefully you're able to salvage as much as you can from that. But yes, it was, you know, in the middle of the night, you expect to have a high life hazard, and it was definitely there. And Officer Trotter did a great job getting you guys out, and we confirmed that. We did searches in the smoke, because once the door opened up, there was a lot of smoke now in the house. And we confirmed it, and then we put the water on the fire and did the best we could. And it was a lot going on, but luckily you guys are okay, and that's what counts.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, final words from Officer Trotter. I would have to say that in your young career, the police department, this has to be probably one of the most important special events in your young career, especially hearing from the 3 Ciccarello families about your impact that evening.
Well, like you said, short career so far, but we see a lot of, you know, tragedy, unfortunately, and they are dealing firsthand with it. It's just great to see that, as Lieutenant Sam Pinto said, no one got hurt, everyone's okay. It's time to put our feet in front of one another and just get back to where you were, you know.
Okay. Guys, I want to thank you all for sharing. I'm glad we could put this together, and thanks to the Ciccarello family for sharing. Thanks to Sam Pinto, and thanks to Officer Trotter. Round of applause.